Let's say your boss again called you, and this time he have a different kind of text. So let's say the text is going to look something like this. So let's say here we have hi from TecLov, hello world. Okay. Now notice, though I have written just one line, but let's say it's a huge text. Now the challenge here is that this space, if you notice, it's little unusual, right? It's like a tab. And let's say this kind of mistake is there in the file. How to fix it? How can I make sure that I remove this, right? Or maybe I have another string which is, let's say, like this, hello. You can see that there are some extra spaces here, extra spaces here. How to take care of it? So function have a function called as rstrip, which you can say right stripping, or lstrip, which can help you to achieve that. Let me show you with respect to code that how we can do the same. So for this part, let's say I'm going to say s is equal to I'm going to say TecLov Python, okay, and let me give some space. So I just gave some extra space to it. So as you can see here that I have to use rstrip to solve this problem. And one more thing which I'm going to do here is I'm going to check the length of it. So you can see that the length of this string s is 23. Now I want to use the strip. So I will say s dot rstrip, and now when I'm doing this rstrip, I gave a space here. Okay, so I would like to remove this space, and for this I want to also compute the length of it. So let me put the length for this part, and now if I execute this, notice how it have printed out this value. So if I only show you this part rstrip and give the same space and execute this, you can see that it have also removed here, but if you see this length also, it have reduced. So what it have done is it have basically removed that extra space what is coming up. You can try the same thing by using lstrip also. So for lstrip, you need to put some spaces in the left and do with it. Does that mean that this is only applicable for space? No. You can also keep any other word in it. For example, like when I said space, so any space of any length, it's just gonna remove it. Similar way, can you notice that it is written as Python, right? So how about if I change it to now s dot rstrip, and I'm gonna now paste here n to it. I just pass n. Now notice the change. So basically in this case, it have basically put down this value for you, but it is not the last word. So what I'm going to do in this case, let me just place this into another character, let's say a, and now I do this with a. Now look at the difference, because when I say rstrip, it should be the last. So that is the point which I wanted to make in the last example. When I did this with n before, the challenge was that n was not the last character, so it just failed. So that's what, if you recall, had happened. I will just again put the same code for you so that you can relate the context here. So if the same code, I'm going to run it with respect to s. So notice here it didn't work because n was not the last one. So it looks at the last what is happening. So in this case, it just returned me the same thing up. But when I took this value in a, means after removing this dash, and then when I put this n to it, it basically now stripped down all the n from it, right? So that is something important to understand. rstrip, do it from the last. lstrip, do it from the front. Okay, so you can put any character, but this is mainly used to tackle the spaces.